Saudi Arabia has carried out airstrikes on the Yemeni port city of Mukalla, citing the arrival of a weapons shipment allegedly destined for a separatist force backed by the United Arab Emirates, a move that underscores growing friction within the Gulf-led coalition involved in Yemen's long-running conflict. The strikes, confirmed by Riyadh on Tuesday, mark a sharp escalation in tensions between Saudi Arabia and the Southern Transitional Council, or STC, as well as a rare public rift between Saudi Arabia and the UAE, two close allies that have increasingly found themselves on opposing sides of regional power struggles. In a statement published by the state-run Saudi press agency, or SPA, the Saudi-led coalition said it launched a limited military operation after vessels arrived at Mukalla from Fujairah, a major port on the UAE's eastern coast. According to the coalition, the ships were carrying weapons and combat vehicles that posed a threat to Yemen's security and stability. Given the danger and escalation posed by these weapons which threaten security and stability, the coalition air forces conducted a limited military operation targeting the weapons and combat vehicles unloaded from the ships at the port, the statement said. Saudi officials emphasized that the strike was carefully timed and executed to avoid civilian harm. The military said the operation was carried out overnight to ensure that no collateral damage occurred, though it did not specify whether there were casualties. Yemeni and Emirati officials did not immediately comment on the incident, and the UAE did not respond to requests for clarification. Open-source shipping data reviewed by the Associated Press indicated that one of the vessels believed to be involved was a roll-on, roll-off ship identified as the Greenland, flagged to St. Kitts. Analysts tracking maritime movements said the vessel had docked in Fujairah on December 22nd before arriving in Mukalla on Sunday. Mohammed al-Basha, a Yemen analyst and founder of the Basha Report risk advisory firm, cited videos circulating on social media that appeared to show newly arrived armored vehicles moving through Mukalla following the ship's arrival. The vessel's Dubai-based owners could not be reached for comment. Mukalla, located in Yemen's eastern Hadramaut governorate, has become a new flashpoint in the fragmented war. The line roughly 480 kilometers northeast of Aden, the temporary seat of Yemen's internationally recognized government since Houthi rebels seized the capital, Sana'a, in 2014. In recent days, forces aligned with the STC reportedly took control of parts of Hadramaut, displacing units affiliated with Saudi-backed National Shield Forces. The latest airstrike follows earlier Saudi attacks last Friday that analysts interpreted as a warning to the STC to halt its advance in Hadramaut and neighboring Mara governorate. Meanwhile, large crowds of supporters of Yemen's Southern Transitional Council, or STC, gathered in the city of Sayoun in Hadramaut province on Sunday, highlighting growing political friction in the country's east. Meanwhile, in a statement issued on Tuesday, Saudi Arabia's foreign ministry for the first time openly connected the Southern Transitional Council's recent advances to the United Arab Emirates. The ministry warned that actions attributed to Abu Dhabi marked a serious and destabilizing shift, describing the Emirati role as extremely dangerous. Riyadh said such steps risk deepening tensions on the ground, undermining regional stability, and complicating ongoing efforts to contain escalation and preserve unity within the Yemen coalition.
Chaos brews in southern Yemen as tensions flare between Saudi-led coalition forces and UAE-backed separatists. The Saudi-led coalition warned Saturday that it will respond immediately to any military movements by UAE-backed separatists that threaten de-escalation efforts in southern Yemen. Spokesperson for the coalition, Brigadier General Turki al-Maliki, said movements that violate these efforts will be dealt with directly. This warning comes a day after separatist forces claimed Saudi airstrikes targeted their positions, a claim the kingdom has not formally acknowledged. Relations between Saudi Arabia and the UAE have been strained amid STC actions in the south. Yemen has been engulfed in civil war for over a decade. Iran-backed Houthi forces control much of the north, while the internationally recognized government in the south is supported by the Saudi-UAE coalition. Yet the UAE also backs southern separatists who seek to re-establish an independent South Yemen. Earlier this month, the STC advanced into Yemen's Hadramaut and Mahra governorates, seizing an oil-rich region and displacing forces loyal to the Saudi-backed National Shield Forces. The coalition now demands the withdrawal of STC forces from the two governorates, the return of local authorities, and the handover of military camps. Rashad al-Alimi, head of Yemen's Presidential Leadership Council, called the separatist movement's serious violations against civilians after an emergency meeting Friday. The coalition's Saturday announcement came at al-Alimi's request, emphasizing the need to protect civilians and maintain stability in Hadramaut. As Yemen's complex conflict deepens, the fragile peace in the south hangs by a thread, and the eyes of the world are watching closely.
God, these air raids will not intimidate the people of the South, a people whose clear message and ultimate goal in this arena is either to restore the state or to die. We truly have no other choice but these two options.
This is about our homeland, and we stand here prepared to die, even if they hit us with their missiles, they hit us with their tanks, they hit us with absolutely anything. We demand to reclaim our southern state, which has been stolen and plundered.
At the same time, today today's Saudi strike is considered a serious indicator between the two nations, specifically between the southern state and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which had been considered the primary supporter in confronting the tide. It is the Iranian tide against which the sons of the South stood with the coalition led by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia with their blood, their martyrs, and all their young people. But today, this strike is considered a direct threat to this nation.
So the powerful airstrikes carried out today on Hadramaut will not terrify us, and they will never succeed in terrifying this brave people. This people has already made immense sacrifices, offering countless martyrs, and these martyrs are for the liberation of the South. The South's secession indeed is a vital support for the security of the entire Arabian Peninsula.
Southern Yemen is slipping deeper into confrontation. Defying Saudi Arabia's call to pull back, southern Yemeni separatists are digging in, vowing to hold territory seized earlier this month in the eastern provinces of Hadramaut and Mahra. At the center of the standoff is the Southern Transitional Council, or STC, Yemen's most powerful separatist force, now openly rejecting Riyadh's appeal to de-escalate. Saudi Arabia says it still hopes the group will withdraw. The STC says that will not happen. In a blunt statement, the separatists declared they will continue what they call security operations, claiming their advance is aimed at cutting supply lines to Iran-aligned Houthi militants who control Yemen's north. But the battlefield tells a more dangerous story. In Hadramaut, clashes erupted after armed groups ambushed STC forces in the eastern district of Gail bin Yamin. 2 fighters from the STC's elite Hadrami forces were killed. The group says it regained control. Then came the airstrikes. According to Reuters' STC sources, Saudi warplanes struck separatist positions early Friday, marking a sharp escalation between former allies. Riyadh has not confirmed the strikes, but the message from the STC was unmistakable. The group called the attacks surprising, warning they would not deter southern Yemen's push to reclaim what it calls its full rights, including self-rule. Saudi Arabia says a joint Saudi-Emirati military delegation has been working in Aden since December 12th, trying to push STC forces back to their previous positions. Those efforts, Riyadh insists, are still ongoing. The STC says it is open to coordination, but only on its terms.
Any deal, it says, must guarantee the security, unity, and integrity of the South and reflect the will of southern Yemen's people.
We are here today in Al Ihsa Square. For the 19th consecutive day, we came in support of the Southern Transitional Council's decisions, represented by its leader, Airstrikes al-Zubaydi, to declare Southern Arabia protect Arabism, fight terrorism with sovereignty towards a free, proud, fully independent South.
We are here today in Al Ihsa Square. For the 19th consecutive day, we came to support the Southern Transitional Council's decisions, led by Airstrikes al-Zubaydi, to declare the state of South Arabia protecting Arab identity and fighting terror towards a free, proud, independent, fully sovereign South.
I mean, millions from the coastal areas, no one talks about us, no one stands up for us, and there's international neglect for these lands. But I will cling to this cause until we die in this place, until justice comes from the Lord of all worlds.
Indeed, we are the rightful owners of this land, and we hold the true legitimacy. We have liberated our land and expanded our reach, and now all the territory is firmly in our hands. We are the sole decision makers. We neither request permission from anyone, nor do we acquire legitimacy from any source. Our legitimacy stems from our leadership and our army in the declaration of the state of South Arabia.
We have come here to the parade ground in Aden to congratulate our friends on the declaration of our state and to express our sincere thanks to the leadership of Commander Airstrikes al-Zubaydi Abu Qasim for the successful liberation of the valley. And God willing, we firmly declare that the South is indeed coming, and now the valley is completely secure and safe. We extend our deepest gratitude to all security forces, each and every one in their own capacity and by their name.
As tensions rise, the United Arab Emirates has stepped in diplomatically. The UAE, a key backer of the STC, has publicly welcomed Saudi Arabia's efforts, saying it remains committed to stability and development in Yemen. Yet the fractures are impossible to ignore. Once part of the Saudi-led coalition fighting the Houthis, the STC has since turned against the internationally recognized government, pushing it out of Aden and pressing its long-held demand for an independent southern state. Yemen, already torn apart by more than a decade of war, now faces a new fault line. With separatists defiant, Saudi Arabia under pressure, and airstrikes back in play, the question is no longer just about fighting the Houthis. It's about whether Yemen itself can remain whole.